welcome Nayara. I will just transfer her with us. So she should be here very soon. Nayara will present us like a presentation about intersexual differences in sexual behavior in young wild Sapaius xanthosternos. I managed to tell it despite the time here. So like I think she should be here quite soon. Hi Nayara.
Oh, hi.
You can start sharing your screen.
Share my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just discovered that I have to share my second screen because in my first screen you can see all my notes and this is not good.
Okay.
What do you see? Only my presentation, good.
Yeah, so the floor is yours. You can go ahead.
Okay. So I am live now?
You are, yeah.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I am Nayara. I am very excited to present today about capuchin monkeys and some non-reproductive sexual behaviors in human primates, focusing on capuchin monkeys, of course. So I am from the University of São Paulo, and I am here in Brazil. It's very hot here. And so let's start our presentation. Okay, so let's talk about the common recurrences of non-reproductive sexual behaviors. In many primate species, including capuchin monkeys, these behaviors are not rare anomalies, but rather integral aspects of their social interactions. So you can see in this picture a lot of capuchin monkeys, including the one that I study, that is the yellow-breasted capuchin monkeys here in the here in my screen is in the right. If you can see my mouse, you can see here. So the non-reproductive sexual behaviors, it involves infants and juveniles, and it is very common. So the sexual interactions outside reproductive stage. So it is essential to clarify that these interactions are non-conceptive by definition. They don't serve a purpose of reproduction, but rather contribute to other social aspects, like the non-reproductive sexual behavior has functions like submission, tension regulation, alliance formation between the group. So let's explore the diverse functions associated with these behaviors. Beyond reproduction, they serve crucial roles such as submission, tension regulation, and alliance formation. All the sexual interactions that occur outside the reproductive stage. Surprisingly, these interactions involves not only adults, but as I said, infants and juveniles. Also, they are immature individuals. They can use these sexual behaviors to practice, to play, or to have alliance in the group. So here we have, while our exploration to non-reproductive sexual behaviors of capuchin monkey is in writing, it is crucial to acknowledge certain limitations. One notable limitation is our current failure to adequately explain difference in these behaviors between males and females. So to address this limitation, future research could dive deeper into sex difference with these behaviors, understanding whether how males and females engage differently can provide a more comprehensive picture of capuchin monkey social dynamics. So our goal here is to investigate sex disparities in the emission and reception of sexual behaviors. Our area of study is located in the Una Biological Reserve at the Forest in the state of Bahia, Brazil. So here in the map, we have the distribution of species of the genus Sapajus and the location of Una Biological Reserve and a photo of an infant of Sapajus santos teles, or yellow-breasted capuchin monkey. So here we have more photos of our location. And as you can see, it is the same. Here we have primary and secondary forests, and the vegetation is very dense, and it is subtropical climate. Okay, so this is the species that I study. The capuchin monkey is highly interesting non-human primate species that utilize tools. They are extremely intelligent animals with social copulations among females. And now we are studying a little about the development of the sex difference and the sexual behavior. Okay, so here. We analyze recorded videos of 4 juveniles, 2 males and 2 females, at 12th and 24th months, 4 weeks each month. So our subjects was Sofia and Carol, both females, and Pimenta and Rocio, both males. So it was almost 10 hours of observation, and we used the Observer System, or that is a specific software to using to discover and to transcribe the videos and the behaviors. Okay, so the behaviors that we wanted to see and evaluate was 6, like genital display, mounting and tempting, mounting, ejaculation, genital inspection, and masturbation. We computed rates of emission and reception of sexual behavior per individual, age group, and sex. So as you can see, we have 2 photos here. That is a mounting and erection on capuchin monkey. And our results. So what we can see about this proportion graph is that the behaviors of raising eyebrows and erection were higher than the others. This graph refers to the total behaviors observed over the 2 months of study. These behaviors are common as they serve ranging from easing tension to playful interactions. And these individuals are in a developmental stage, so they may still learn other sexual behaviors to their repertoire. In the second graph, we can see here that Pimenta has all the attention here because he received it and a lot of reception and emission behavior. But we need for sure more time to observe in this to see how these monkeys will develop in their life. Like we only use 2 months that I said before, so it is necessary to understand what more we can, like another timing to see. We saw only 2 months, and this can be occurred by the personality and the individual difference too. And as you can see, Sophia and Carol, that are females here, they doesn't have any sexual behavior that was reception or emission. Only Sophia a little, but Pimenta is our attention here in this graph. Okay, so here we have the rate of sexual behaviors over the observed month. So as I said before, we only saw 2 months that we computed here, and our expectation here was that this graph will not decline, but assure increasing. But here is actually is not what was thinking. So in this graph, actually in the pimenta is declining. So it is necessary to see more time or more months of these individuals to understand how this graph will develop if we saw more months and the difference between the males and the females, it is inter-individual difference or a personality one, and to understand why males and are not involved in why females are not involved in so much sexual behaviors here. So our study indicates that sexual behaviors already occur in the second year of life, as we saw in the other graphs, in the evaluated time frames. In these 2 months, we observed differences in the emission and reception of sexual behaviors based on sex. The frequency decreased over time. The study of early sexual behavior is still unexplored in the literature and requires further investigation. So this is a work in progress. As you can see my sign out here. And for concluded my talk, so we have a male tendency to show these sexual behaviors in the emission and the receiving. We have a difference, a very clear difference between the sexual behavior performance, and this happens in the early stages of development. So it is important to understand why this happens in infants and juveniles. It's not reproductive, but they certainly happen for a reason, like I said in the beginning of my presentation, to serve as required attentions in a group, playful, and to practice, of course. So my special thanks to my co-workers, my internships, that was Cecilia and Eric, our collaborator that was filming the behaviors for us, Robson Sansbino, from our laboratories and the agencies that financial this study. And if you like this work, how about to understand the function of these behaviors through the development? So you can contact us for our email. And if you have for more, that is not showing here, but we have a special article about this, a paper. So you can send us a message, an email, and we are going to happily give this paper to read. So thank you for all. Thank you for the attention. And it was this.
Thank you, Nayara. So waiting for the question in the chat, like I have a first one.
Okay.
Do you think that by observing and quantifying the development of this sexual behavior, you will be able to predict the hierarchic place of an individual in the group? Like like watching how it's developing, knowing, okay, this male, for instance, will be a leader in the group or something like this.
So let me see if I understand, because my English is not so well, as you can see. But you are interested to know about if in development we can see difference between the individuals, like the personalities.
Yeah, but more than this, if this difference could help you to predict if an individual will have a high place in the hierarchy of the group.
Oh, okay. So this is a very interesting question, because as we study, I study actually for individuals, and I have some individuals that are more curious about the others. So, in Pimenta is one of this, because they emit and and he received so lot of sexual behaviors than the other males. This is very curious, but today in our study, Pimenta is still an infant and a juvenile, so I have to follow all the history of the group, like for a few more years, to know that it's going to change the hierarchy of the group, of course. But it's very important, this question, because it's very curious about it, like that will Pimenta be leader of the group, be the alpha someday, because he is not the alpha today, of course, but he is the most, he's very, very curious about in these behaviors, in the sexual behaviors that he meets so much. And we are seeing aggression too, but it's not here, the our infant that we are seeing here. But I saw so much aggression in the females, like they thrive all the time, and but they don't emit a lot of sexual behaviors, only in the reproductive stage.
Okay,
This is a
thanks.
good question to
Thanks for your
understand.
answer. So you received some compliment, like you have Gilbert Rodriguez who say great presentation, Phelan who say great
Thank you.
talk, and we also have AB George who say great talk. Are there behaviors that females show during development and that males don't?
Yes, and like we saw all the some behaviors that actually we have the specific room to understand and to see what were the behaviors that they will emission or receive. But in this, like I said before, like I only saw with my internships 2 months. So to see how the development was going and will happen, it is necessary to add more time, more months to see how this is going to work. Like I said before, I we were our all of the group was expecting that in the 24th month, we have some increasing of the sexual behaviors, but this didn't happen. So this is very curious about it. But of course, we need more study about the sex difference in the behaviors of these infants.
Okay, so I guess the answer is more data next year.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
So I think we are at the end of your talk. So thanks a lot, Naya.
Oh, you're
For
welcome.
everyone, do not hesitate to go on the channel of Naya on Discord and to ask your question if you have more. Thank you, Naya.
Oh, you're welcome.
So right now we will have a break until 11:30